Hi, welcome to Rate My Gadget, and we will be reviewing and looking at a head-to-head of the most advanced and the most expensive colour e-readers out there. So this is putting the Kindle Colorsoft against Kobo Libra. Now both of these we've done in detail review and you can find those on our channel, but how do they compare? First of all, the most important differentiator is the price. So the Kobo Libra starts at roughly about £210, whereas the Amazon Colorsoft goes for £290. Now that's a big jump up. So first of all, the specs for both of them. So the screen size is 7-inch. The resolution is 1680 by 1264 pixels. And the pixel density is for black and white 300 pixels per inch and for colour 150 pixels per inch. So they are comparable in terms of screen size, resolution and pixel density. In regards to weight, they're both around 200 grams and the battery life on both of them is fairly comparable, in which it lasts weeks between charges. Both can store 32 gigabytes of books, audiobooks, comics, etc. And both have the exact same processor. Now it's a MediaTek 2 gigahertz. So that's your basic internet search of them being exactly the same. However, there are very, very big differences between the two of them. And having used both of them extensively, there is very clear, in my view, a preferred colour e-reader out of the two of them. First of all, let's start looking at the design. If you look at the Kobo Libra actually has a recessed screen, and on the back of it, it has almost like a textured back. Now, those two things are quite important for the main reason of being able to hold it without having to have a cover. The Libra has got a real nice side thick panel to it as well, so you can grip it by that. And it has two navigation buttons forward and back. Personally, the Amazon Kindle Colorsoft having the flush screen I didn't like. It felt like I needed a protector on it. And with the smooth back of the Kindle Colorsoft, it meant that grabbing something without a recess on the screen and without a rigid back meant that it wasn't very user-friendly in that way. Both of them have touch screens, but I prefer and really like the Color Libra having that facility to have the buttons going forwards and backs in pages, and also that big sidebar. Although it may not be to everyone's taste in regards to design, it is actually a really nice way to be able to hold either in the horizontal or the vertical orientation for reading books or comic books or magazines. The other thing which I personally have a real strong opinion on is that Kobo sell it as recyclable, and what they mean by that is that if anything goes wrong with it, it is fairly user friendly to be able to take the battery out, replace the screen, all those kind of things. Now early Kindles, and I've done videos on it, used to have this mantra: the Kindle keyboard with a few screws you could get into it and change the likes of the screen, the battery. Recent Kindles, and this Colorsoft is no different, there is no way that you can replace parts. You cannot easily get replacement screens, so therefore the unit itself, once it breaks or it needs to be maintained, you're pretty much paying for a professional or you're buying a new one. The Kobo isn't like that. The other thing that sits Kobo ahead of Amazon, we think, is the ecosystem and the functionality. Both of them are really good in terms of the layout, in terms of getting to the books, of being able to easily search through books. Both of them have things like web browsers. Although they're not built for it, they both do offer that facility. However, Kobo is an open ecosystem, unlike Amazon Kindle. Now, that's a personal preference. You may like the fact that Amazon Kindle is a one-stop shop. However, it does limit you in some cases. Natively, the Kobo will support EPUBs, MOBIs, PDFs, and very importantly, CBZ and CBR files, which are specific for comic books. So if you're a big comic book or graphic novel reader with CBZ or CBR file types, you will not be able to read them on the Kindle. However, the other thing as well is EPUBs, Amazon Kindle do not easily allow you to read them. So If you're looking to buy a device that's integrated directly into your Amazon Kindle, Amazon ecosystem, the Kindle is perfect. Kobo, however, do allow you to side load. Now, Kobo have their own store and it is pretty damn good, if not comparable to Amazon. However, Amazon realised that many of their users will have come from a history of buying many of their books online on the Amazon Kindle store, and therefore that may be a no-brainer for you to be able to go over to Amazon. And Amazon want you to go over to their specific file type, which is the AZW3. Now, this is a file type that they moved over to, a few years ago. However, the issue is, and you can see it happening, is that eventually they may stop supporting that native being able to load the likes of PDFs and even Mobi files onto it. However, as it stands at the moment, Amazon do allow some use and view of those files. The other thing as well, and whether it's important to you or not, is the Libra. You have to purchase it separately. You can use a stylus on it. The Kindle Colorsoft, you cannot. There is no stylus option. So that might be quite nice for making annotations or if you're making notes within the book. However, I found that actually even using the stylus, it wasn't something that personally I got on with effectively very well, but it is there on the Kobo if you want it. Now, both the Kobo and the Kindle are similar in which they don't allow non-native apps to be uploaded on it. So I was excited to see if Marvel Unlimited, for example, you could get on there as an app. You cannot. However, you can open up a little bit more of the ecosystem with Kobo. Like I said, plugging it into a laptop means that you can upload documents. Although you can email documents to yourself through the Kindle and there are means of putting files on the Kindle, Kobo is a much easier means of doing that. Now, many of you will probably be looking at this because it's a colour e-reader to understand, is the functionality for reading comic books, magazines, books preferable on one or the other? I'd have to say that the Kindle, if you're happy with tied into the Amazon ecosystem, you have got Comixology, which offers a vast range of comic books and graphic novels through the Amazon, and it is very vast. However, on the Kobo, if you're living in the UK or the US, you can link it into your public libraries, in which if they offer you magazines and comics, means you can free borrow those onto your Kobo. Now, we've got a video on how to do that and it is really easy, and the Libra, it makes it really seamless. So overall, where is my view? I don't think, and I said this in the review of the Amazon Kindle, I don't think it's worth the money. For £290, you're really stepping into the tablet price bracket. The Libra I do like the way that you can use, as I said before, the buttons to page turn. Both of them have a very similar interface in terms of zooming in and out. The colour and the graphics are fairly similar. However, I just prefer the Kobo Libra because it's cheaper and because it means that I can side load some magazines and newspapers, and I do use it extensively in borrowing magazines from my local library. So for me, it's the Kobo. Okay, I hope that's helped. Please do like and please comment at the bottom. We're always interested to hear from you, and thanks for watching.